cat in the box.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Mix It Up podcast. I am Mike. That's not Nick. It's Nick is away on vacation, so everybody's fan favorite, MELERZO, is back again, helping me out, co-hosting this week's podcast. MELERZO, Nick is vacationing in probably, I think, the most dangerous place in the fucking world.
He's in jail, folks.
No,
He'll be back. He's locked up for a little bit.
not an episode of Oz. No, it's not an episode of HBO's Oz. He's vacationing in Florida. And that is just fucking dangerous, bro, because there's apparently there's alligators just walking around the streets.
Is it?
Dude, it's crazy. I think I read something. I don't know how true this is. I could be wrong, but there's like a million.
They do move around like that.
Dude, there's like a million people in Florida, but there's apparently 4 to 1 alligator. So there's 5 million alligators, 1 million people. So you got a better chance of running into an alligator and shit down there.
I mean,
please.
My parents got a house down there. We went down. I went down a couple times, and they have certain rules with alligators. They let it grow to a certain size before. Then you got to call up and tell them to come get it in your area because they're everywhere. They'll walk. I've never seen it. You know what I mean? Walk up onto the line, but no, I've seen them out in the water, in the area that my house is down there. But you know what I mean? But they born so many of them. There's a million of them.
Yep.
So, I don't know what the problem is. They do walk, it is kind of see, that's why I was yo, one night when I remember we came back from Miami, I was taking a piss on the side of the road, highway, Haskins stopped him. That's why I was how does he walk? How did he get hit? Because it's dude, that 95 is wide open, bro. It's wide open. It's one of the biggest highways where, the lanes, if I had to give an example of it up here, who has a highway that's wide open? The Deegan, how we get up on the thing and go up to or is it that wide? That's why I was how did you get hit?
It still never came out the reason.
No, I think he was drunk. I heard something like
drunk.
that.
There was rumors going around saying he was out.
I mean, people fly on that road, but it's wide open. You can fly. Dude, for one thing, everything's flat. Don't tell me you didn't see a car coming. You know what I mean?
Let alone a dump truck. It was fucking. It's a huge.
The only thing is, where did he walk to? Because there's nowhere to walk. You got to walk to the next exit.
Yeah, there's nothing else going on there. Why would you? You don't have a cell phone. If your car, even if your car did break down and gas, whatever, you don't have a cell phone to call somebody.
No, yeah. Why would you have to go get unless, dude, he was on something or something.
Had to be, man, because there's rumors going around that he was partying till 4 o'clock in the morning in the club and shit. It's just fucking, yeah, it's nuts. It's fucking nuts.
But
yeah, I mean, that's where it is, man. Nick's down there now. He's fucking chilling with all the alligators. Hopefully, he don't fucking find one in his pool, in his hotel, or whatever. So, but he'll be back. He'll be back next week and shit, man. He's fucking chilling down there.
But everything's a lanai. I don't know how Nick's. It's they call it a lanai. We have it in our backyard. Everything is fenced in on the porch where the jacuzzi is and all that stuff. So you can't really get up in our backyard, unless you break the net, the thing. They call it a lanai. It's a little mini house. How could I put it?
Every house has it?
From where I know, it does. Yeah.
They have to pretty much, so the fucking gators don't get in.
Yeah, because they say it walks up we have a section on the outside. Now, I won't say this. You come out the front, it could be walk around your house and bam, you're oh damn, you know what I mean? I've never seen it, but
do they run away from you, or do they just kind of do they?
I don't know. I've never seen one come up to me. Dude, they say one thing. I have never seen it, but I heard for one thing, you got to run. If you do run, they're fast. They're straight fast. You're not gonna outrun it. They'll catch you. They're but they run straight. They're like George Herman running. He ran straight fast, and those dudes that just run straight fast and they can't make a cut. If you cut with them, they're oh god.
They just fall down. Yeah, they just fucking tumble.
Yeah, So if you run straight, they're gonna catch you. But if you turn, it doesn't have the thing to do that. It will be like,
George
it doesn't have the body.
For people that don't know, George Herman is a friend of ours. He he used to play basketball at the park, and he had like straight line speed. But if he's trying to play defense on you, and you going like, if you just make one move, that dude's just falling over, like it just like a toddler, like just fucking tumbles right over.
I remember in
easy
football.
bucket.
I remember in football, he played a game down Cerrone. Remember we used to play the tackle games down that grass little field?
Yeah,
and that's not even big. Braz made a move on him, like a cut that like he didn't know what was gonna happen. He tried to come running straight up and he cut, and George bust his ass.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. We needed camera phones fucking back in the day.
Oh God.
Yeah,
you would have.
That's where it is, bro. But we got to get into these topics.
Oh,
bro.
wait before you get into the topic. Just to finish up on that subject about George, this is a better story. We were at Dave's house one time, and Dave and I think Jules were inside, and they were like rolling blunts, whatever. Like, you know what I mean? Like it.
Allegedly.
Oh, maybe Tommy was there too, and I'm standing inside too because I just ran in. It was a blizzard. We were at Dave's house. It was like a house, like coming on. So we were all throwing snowballs at each other. Now, Dave, if you know the backyard, it's the basketball court, and then you jump down, it's the patio, right? To his patio.
To his house.
That bottom part to the patio was straight an ice rink. And think how far that is from the house, Trey. It's like what, 10 feet? 15?
At least. Probably more like 15 to 20, I would say.
Okay. So everyone else, I remember jumping down. I was like, oh, but I didn't go as fast. I was like, what the hell? I was like, yo, man, you'll bust your ass. So I came in, and all of a sudden, I think it was Mirage or Conrad. They threw a snowball and hit George, and then they jumped down. And I think it was Connor, because Connor jumped down. And he was like, oh, damn. He almost slipped. And he's like, wow, this is slippery. This George wanted him so bad. He was running the whole time hard. And I was like, yo, me and Tommy, I remember sitting in there. We were like, yo, he don't know. He don't know. I was like, this is going to be something. Watch this. And he come running, and he mid-air. This dude's crazy. He threw a snowball mid-air. I think he hit Conrad, and it fell into the thing. And he was like, what the hell? And all of a sudden, George landed, and his feet came out underneath him, and he slid like a bowling ball all the way to Dave's house. Like
way to the back door.
Dude, yeah, but Dave, remember he had like 4 garbage pails right there? He took them out like a boat, like, boom, and he hit the house. He was inside. Dave was inside with Jules. He goes, what the hell is that? Yo, it shaked the whole house.
He split the 8 into 2 pin or whatever the fuck it is. It's fucking bowling.
The best part is, like when somebody gets like, yo, it's happened to all of us. You slip, you get the wind knocked out of you, and you be like, I'm all right. You know you're not all right.
Right. Especially when you can't say the full sentence, I'm all right. When you're like, oh, all right. You fucking kind of fade in and out. You're fucked up. You kind of try to breathe. George was like, yo, one thing he had on his face, like, what just happened? He was in shock. The poor kid was in shock.
He was in shock.
Well, yeah. That's it for those George. We got to get into the topics, Lars. We got to make.
I got another.
No, not another one. We got to make this show quick because it's 420.
You know what, Trey?
I'm a NyQuil right now, trying to get over this cold. It's no cold.
I had it the other day, dude.
I wanted to test myself. A cold is going around. I can feel it. I always get it. The change of weather is just fucking crushing me. Dude. But I ain't taking no COVID test because I know when I'm sick. You know what I mean? It's fucking bullshit. I don't want to hear that shit. Yeah, COVID's done. But listen, Melissa, we got
back there having just a regular virus.
That's all it is. We got some.
You got the trainer flu. You got the trainer flu.
Yeah, I'm all right. So, we got some topics. We got it's 420 today. So when people listen to this, it'll be 421. But happy 420 week. Every day is 420 to me.
I don't know what that means to me.
Another topic. Yeah, we know what it means. Marijuana Day. And topic number 2, no more mask mandates on airplanes. They finally came to realize that was bullshit anyway. Topic number 3, I guess it was the Eli Manning and the whole flipping the double bird, and people were comparing Kyrie Irving from the Brooklyn Nets flipping the bird to fans in Boston. So we'll leave it up to you, Mellerzo.
I like Kyrie. I do. I like that he did that. I think it makes it fun.
So that's the topic we're going with first. The Kyrie situation.
I like teams hating each other. I honestly think when the game was tonight and they just lost, I think it's a great series, even though they're down 2-0, because it's like, wow, this is the best game. This is the best series. They're fighting hard. They're pushing each other. You're like, I like shit like that.
You're finally playing hard.
Of course, the East Coast has got to be that kind of game, but that's how we play.
Well, what you think about like the whole people making a big deal about Kyrie Irving just flipping the birds at fans. He did it a few times. There's kids in the stands, obviously. But
I get why he got fined, but I liked it.
I like it too. Like I'm glad he did that because how the fans are up in Boston and even here in New York, man, they're kind of ruthless. They talk shit.
Oh yeah, Philly.
They think they're protected because they're in the seats. They're a fan. I mean, we all remember Ron Artest going absolutely nuts.
That was awesome.
Yeah, it was one of the best. I still watch the highlights. It was fucking fantastic. That asshole threw the beer and then he hit the wrong guy. The guy that actually threw the beer ran away and Artest went up and like grabbed that.
Beat up some
punched him.
Herbie white guy that had nothing to do with it.
Yeah, poor bastard. He's probably a millionaire right now off his fucking
with glasses. With glasses. His face?
Yeah, he was like, no, not me. Boom. And then fucking cold cocked.
Him and what was the other dude? Steven Jackson?
Yeah, Steven Jackson came to his defense, which was that was cool. He just came out of
Everybody
nowhere.
else was
Thank God he slid. Remember he slid when he was gonna hit that fan?
Yeah.
Like remember that the fucking fat fan kind of squared up like he was gonna fight like an NBA player for fucking some crazy reason. Like it's that serious. And I gotta
give it to them. It's really hard to do. Like you forget where you are. Like, dude, it's hard, man. Like, because that dude, whoever threw that Coke, it hit him right in his chest. He was like, who the fuck hit me? You just lose your shit. Like, you know what I mean? The best.
You're a regular person. You get hit hit with a beer or a Coke, you're fucking going nuts. I don't blame him.
The best part about that night was I heard a story with Steven Jackson. He told it on a thing, and he goes, we get in the locker rooms. He goes, this is how crazy Ron Artest is. We're sitting there, and Ron Artest goes, you think we're going to get in trouble for this?
It was the worst brawl in NBA history. You know what I mean? I think
Jackson's like, are you out of your mind?
I think they were comparing it to the time, remember Rudy Tomjanovich when he was a player, not the coach, when he just got fucking blasted and almost died on the court by, I forgot who hit him, Samson or whatever hit him. That was the worst up until that point.
Yeah.
But that shit was just
I remember Van Gundy. Remember he got dragged?
Yeah, when he was like on the legs of fucking Alonzo Mourning. But even like the Knicks Miami brawls, they were fucking great to watch. They're entertaining, but they were nothing like this kind of shit. We didn't see the fans jump in and get involved. That shit was crazy. But getting back to Kyrie Irving, now with this whole situation, now this is what's happening now. I know, Melarzo, you've seen, remember Eli Manning was on the Eli and Peyton show on Monday Night Football, and he was telling the story about Eagles fans, how even little kids would give him the bird and flip him off, give him the finger, and he did it on national TV. He flipped the bird.
I thought it was hysterical.
Right. It was just funny, right? It was just a funny fucking thing. He got
shit for it too. I was like,
he did get a little shit for it, which is correct or whatever. But it was an accident, right? But now Black Twitter is pretty much going after. They're trying to compare the two. So
why is there a Black Twitter? That's weird.
Well, Black Twitter is basically like the black supremacist. Let me pretty much straighten this out. Black Twitter, when I say that, is black supremacist, and when white Twitter is white supremacy Twitter. You know what I mean? They're both.
There's a white one too.
Well, yeah, of course they say crazy, outrageous racial shit
is there
too.
Asian, Indian?
Nah, Asians are too nice, Melarzo. They're good people. They're not assholes like us and fucking black people.
They stay out of it. That's why you like Asian women. You're like, oh, good girl.
Yeah, they're good people. They're not assholes like us. I'm telling you. But anyway,
you'd be the quietest couple with an Asian girl because you're just like, yo, is anyone going to speak here?
Yeah, if I'm talking a lot, it's a fucking problem. But listen, Black Twitter.
Oh, you're so funny, trainer.
Shut the fuck up, Lars. Let me fucking tell Black Twitter story.
So sexy.
So Black Twitter story. This one girl, Ashley Nicole Moss, right? She was like, Eli Manning flipped a double bird on ESPN and it became a meme. A meme. Yeah, meme. Kyrie does it.
A meme?
Yeah, yeah. Sorry, I'm trying to read. You know, I'm fucking on NyQuil. Kyrie
Where's
does
that?
it, and it's a think piece. She's like, "Come on, man." So basically, like, she's being racist. She's saying that because like Eli Manning flipped the bird and nobody was talking that much shit compared to Kyrie. It's a black and white issue. But listen, this one Eli Manning was just saying a story, goofing around on TV, telling a story about Eagles fans. Kyrie was the fucking asshole, fucking flipping off the whole goddamn arena like a fucking dickhead. And she's trying to make it a black and white issue. And she's not the only one. I've seen this come across my
That's
timeline
crazy.
do a lot. But now it's like, why do they try to spin it, make it that a black and white issue, man? Like, it's fucking ridiculous.
Because people are racist of all cultures, and it'll never end because of that stuff. It's just it. Blacks make like they're not racist. They are. I know some blacks that I'm like, yo, you're fucking racist.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't care.
That's why
I find it humorous. It's just you stick it up for your culture, and it's like you're racist. Well,
right.
Like,
yeah,
whatever.
Yeah, you can't say anything.
You know what the funny thing is? It's like I think we all like think, but like after a while, you get older, you're like, what the hell am I thinking? Like why are they wasting their time? Like, dude, like somebody's gonna listen. Like, oh my god, you're right. You're right.
Like, who gives a flying fuck?
Somebody find Eli. Like, who's gonna find him anyway?
Right.
He's not in the league anymore.
But you did say it. You said Eli got shit for it. We all remember that.
He did.
But why is she trying to make it like she's trying to like
he had to apologize and all that stuff? Did they ask Kyrie to apologize? I don't know. Did they?
Kyrie was on the fucking podium after. He's like, I don't give a shit. He's pretty much like, fuck him.
I
do it again.
Didn't care. I thought it was awesome. They
Me
were
too.
talking after him, and he gave him the bird. Whatever.
Right. I liked it, but it's like these people just making these fucking dramatic comparison just pisses me off.
That's what
is
wrong.
It gets me.
That I think, like I said, there's the good things, and then here's all the bad things about social media that comes out. Everybody's opinion, and you have dumb idiots with opinions on a lot of things. And I don't know why that dumb opinion overturns so many people. Like that just shows you how many people like waste their time. She must be young. She has to, because if you're older and you're still like thinking like this, like, yo, you got a problem, then. You know what I mean? Like,
well, she's like she worked for SNY or whatever, some kind of like, I don't know if she's a beat writer or whatever. So she should
be saying stuff. Honestly, like, why are you making that comparison? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
because she's fucking like all about the fucking black, she got to support her black people. She got to make it a black issue, but she's putting down a white person. So she's being a black supremacist.
If you're on black Twitter, that you're racist already. Because why would you? Like, you set up an account on that, like, you know what I mean? Like,
well, it's not,
and that goes for white Twitter too.
Yeah, but there's no such thing really as black Twitter and white Twitter. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I'm not on Twitter. I thought it was true. I would believe it.
No, because I'm saying it like there's, how I said before, there's like black supremacists and white supremacists. Yeah, it's like black Twitter, like
BET. What is that? Black Entertainment Twitter.
Yo, but yeah, Black Entertainment Twitter, BET. And then there's white Twitter.
White Entertainment Twitter. On Twitter?
I'm telling you, man, there's some sick. I'm on both white and black sides. There's some sick fucks on both sides, man. It's fucking insane what people say and do. It's fucking nuts. Like,
you know what's funny? Somebody said, what did somebody say? I think it was on Bill Maher. I didn't see his whole comment. It might have been on that, which he said something like, or somebody was saying, yo, all of a sudden the last how many years, it's like racism showed up so strong, where he goes like the early 2000s to 2010, it wasn't really around. I'm like, it was always around, but I'm, listen, there's always going to be people that don't like other cultures or whatever. Like, I always try to say to people, like I said in a bar one time, I was like, listen, everybody's a little bit, because you're this culture and that culture, so you're kind of being biased on how you stick up for your own culture. It's just natural. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and I'm like, and the bar was like, oh, I'm not racist. I'm like, oh yeah, okay. So if I get a group of black people and they beat the fuck out of you one day, you're not gonna hate black people, like, yeah, or rob you. And that goes the other way with a black person. If they robbed you, you like people, you're not gonna. Yes, you are, because you might and listen, you might not be fully racist, but you're just gonna have a moment where you're like, fuck, you know what I mean? It's just a pissed off moment. You know what I mean? I think most
you got
people,
traumatized. You got traumatized
yeah,
by some shit
I
that
don't
happened
think
to you.
most people are like, you know what I mean? I don't say they are, but they're not thinking about it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, listen, we grew up, you know how we grew up. We grew up with all of them, and we didn't like, you know what I mean? Like, you know,
We didn't really give a shit.
no. I will say this.
Pretty
Remember
much
that
we
day
were on
we
it
used to
together.
play? Then we used to play. Yo, the funny thing is, I remember one day we were at the basketball court. I think you were there when we played a game, and the black kids came up from their neighborhood, and we played them. Dude, you could feel it was like a race game. You could just feel it. Like, dude, I remember we beat them, and we were like happy. Dude, I remember one time they beat us. Yo, it looked like they won the championship. They threw the ball. They went nuts. We were like, yo, we did it.
Right, we did it. We beat those white boys.
We beat those Larry Bird looking like
with their shooting 3-pointers and their layups and bounce passes. Like it was like, yeah, dude, we felt that energy, man. Like I mean, listen, I felt that way about any new people that came to the park. If there was new people that came with a 5, like I wanted to fucking beat them.
true.
You know what I mean?
True, it didn't matter what it was. It's like anybody that didn't want that wasn't with us. Like, and we did. We would tell dudes. The funny thing, that's why I always say to certain people, I'm like, yo, you can say whatever you want. Like I love how certain people say, like, oh, this. There were certain guys, I'm not gonna name your name, but you know, when we played on it, you were not the ones that are gonna play those games.
Right. Like you'd be like, you gotta sit this one out. You understand this.
Yeah. Like the other dudes were like, yo, you're not playing. Like when we went to go play the Bronx Road Kids, like, yo, we brought like certain dudes, like, yo, you know you're not playing, right?
Right. You're a sub in case like maybe an ankle gets twisted.
Yeah.
And you have to come in. You know what I mean? So we don't play before.
You know, it was fun. Dude, even I remember as a kid and we played for like the travel leagues and stuff like that, and you played all over the place. Mm-hmm. You know, it was I wouldn't think that because at that age you didn't think like that, you know what I mean? But it was a little different to go play like you're an all-white team and you play like an all-black. Yo, the black team, I remember we used to play them. Do you remember this? Yo, it was like a crazy event to go into their neighborhood. like they would like it was like they would cheer, like go crazy, man.
Yeah, that's how it was.
Dude, I
remember played them running.
I remember Bobby and Tony, these young kids telling us that, like, Eddie and all them, Frankie, they won the championship game in Runyon Heights. And then the blacks rioted because they lost to whites and they had to get the fuck out of there. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like
that's so crazy.
Why do they take it so serious? Like it's a game of like basketball. You know what I mean? It's like people are crazy. Even like NFL, like if you go to like an opposing team stand, you wear their jersey, like you get shit thrown at you, like hot dogs, beers. Like I'm just trying to watch a game, and then they try to stab you when you're leaving the fucking venue. You know what I mean? You see all the NFL, especially like in Cali, like Oakland and San Fran, like people got stabbed and like murdered in the parking lot over football games. It's nuts.
Yeah, I think that's going, but you know what it is? You got gangs going there. You got listen, every state has some. We have bad people. Even New York, we know that. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? So if you get the wrong dudes, like, you know, but I remember going to Boston and like I kind of like that you're passionate about your team. You know what I mean? But I ain't gonna lie, man. We almost got to some serious goddamn brawls. I remember almost jumping. Dave had to stop me from jumping over a concession stand because this girl and guy, she kept throwing fucking rubber bands and hit me with it because she wouldn't give me, she wouldn't show the shirt. I was like, yo, let me see that shirt or something like that. She's like, no, you're a Yankee fan. And I'm like, all right, that's funny. And so she swung a rubber band and hit me. And I'm like, don't do that. And she's like, what are you going to do? And I'm like, are you fucking serious? Like, I was like, dude. And then all of a sudden she hit me again. By the third one she hit me, I was like, that's it.
I wish Dave would have let you go, man. I wish Dave would have let you wet because it'll be funny seeing you on the news.
I would have killed
crazy Yankee fan in Boston jumps against concession stands to beat up a poor girl that threw a rubber band at him.
No, and the guy, both of them. I was gonna grab them both and beat them up. Yo, and the funny thing is, I would have been yelling as they carried me out to security. I got him. I got him.
Right. It's the last rubber band you'll ever throw.
Yeah.
Piece of
They
shit.
said it was the worst beating. Nah, dude, yo, you see that thing that the guy, the two black women down in the West Village, they went into McDonald's with a fake 50, and the guy told him like, "This is a fake 50, dude." And the West Village, right by Joe's Pizzeria, that good pizzeria we go to, and
How'd
he
they
goes,
How'd they know the bill was fake?
I guess they marketed it. You know, they hit the market because they don't get 50s in McDonald's. Like Bill Burr was making
It
fun
was
of
probably
this.
like it was a probably $50 bill with Obama on it.
Yo.
You know what I mean? They were trying to pass.
And honestly, watch the Bill Burr thing. He talks about it's hysterical. He goes, "Yo, for one thing, I love Bill Burr." He goes like this. They didn't know, so the guy got off, because this is the funny thing. The black one of them slapped the worker, slapped him, but they didn't know. These black women did not know that this dude was an ex-con. He jumped over the counter, this dude, and beat the ever living crap out of these two black women and got arrested.
The McDonald's worker?
Yeah. And then he got arrested and they got arrested. And then when it went to court, they got charged. He didn't. They realized the story. It's like, I worked there, and then they didn't, and they told the whole story. It's self-defense. He got slapped and he was like, yo, how crazy is that?
Yeah, I just figure everybody that works at McDonald's are ex-cons. Like, that's why I don't fuck with them. I asked for my fucking double cheeseburger meal politely.
I wouldn't mess with him. For one thing, I wouldn't slap the dude.
Like, why would you mess with those fucking workers anyway? They make it like minimum wage. They're not happy they're working at McDonald's. They're like
some crazy shit.
They're like at a tipping
point.
What
McDonald's
flip the fuck out.
You know what McDonald's I saw the craziest shit at? You know which one?
Every one of them?
Yep. No, the one in Times Square that's like by the Peep Shows and all that stuff. Remember that one?
I know the spot.
That one, I was like, every single time I went in there, for one thing, I don't like to be in Times Square as is, because Times Square is crazy over there. Like, people don't realize how crazy. Like, Times Square is crazy.
It's got first.
And I remember going to McDonald's. I remember like one time, I think it was with Ray Bear, and I was like, dude, I ain't going to McDonald's.
MELERZO, did you go to the McDonald's like before you went to the Peep Show or after the Peep Shows?
I don't think the Peep Show is there anymore, but like Peep Show first.
You went to the Peep Show first.
Got to work up an appetite.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Yep.
Let me tell you something. They were there. I remember we were young when they had them, and the funny thing about those things, they were whack. They were whack. It's like 2 seconds you look. You know what I mean? You see this girl. She would like literally be half naked, smoking a stick. What's up? What do you need?
Yeah, I'm like, you look disgusting. What are you doing in there? Like, the mirrors, the fucking window was all fucking dirty. It was fucking the floors were sticky. I'm like, what am I doing in this fucking place?
You know how sick you gotta be to sit there? Hold on.
Yeah. Imagine you're like a regular there, like, oh, hey, it's Johnson here again. Johnson's gonna go fucking
the worst
again.
The worst would be the funniest is like all of a sudden you're like, you go to the Peep Show and you're like, is that you training the other room? Like, hey man, it's not me.
Right, I'm like touching the glass with my hand, my palm, like we're in prison at each other. Like,
you went by yourself. You like lied to everybody. You're like, no, I'm just gonna stay in tonight. I'm like, all right.
It's like, dude, he's got a problem. He's gonna have to go fucking anonymous for fucking.
Don't open the door. Don't open the door. Like, what are you doing in there?
I need 15 more minutes. Leave me alone.
Yo, that would be so funny. We open up the door and see you, and all of a sudden you're like, you got hundreds of quarters, you sick fuck.
Yo, you gotta be crazy horny to fucking be fucking going there with fucking mad quarters and shit.
Like you rolls of quarters.
Like you played it. Like you went to the fucking Westchester County Fair and shit. Like, what's the matter with you? Like,
would you go see the Nathan's guy? Remember the Nathan's guy that had quarters? I thought he was the coolest guy because he'd count out your quarters like ga.
He has that little fucking clicker and shit, clicking out.
And he'd get it right every fucking time. I would fuck with him. I would try to go to him and give him like $5 or $10. I was like, how many quarters is that, motherfucker?
I bet he knows.
He knows. He would just be like, hold out your hand. Like, oh shit.
Those were the days.
Oh, that would be so funny. Trader has like those old ladies that go play at the casinos. You have a bag of quarters. You're like, what are you doing? Shut up.
It's like, I'm not going.
My cable.
Yeah,
my cable.
Dude, I mean, there's no Peep Shows anymore, but can you imagine how? I don't know, man. Like, can you imagine back in the day, like Was there that many dudes that were just crazy horny that they would keep those kind of places alive? Can you imagine the kind of
Yeah.
clientele going into those fucking?
Well, it's not
peep
for
shows?
people like us, dude. With like you could pick up. It's people that can't get ass at all. There's a lot of guys out there that just weird. You know what I mean? And it's just not gonna happen. I feel bad for them. Like we've known a few people like that. We're like, dude, there's no way this dude's getting laid. Oh, you know what I mean? Like
Those are the people I'd be extra nice
funny
to.
thing is, they're actually, I mean, not all of them, but I'm saying they're nice dudes. It's just like, yo, girls are like, they don't look at them. It's like, God.
Nah, they're too weird and shit. It's like,
yeah,
time to move on. You're too weird.
You know, like you know what's funny? You see like those not so I watched one time on Netflix these murder things, and like a serial killer was going to these things in the 70s and 80s where they were really popular. Dude, I didn't even know when they showed this stuff because we were young when that was happening. Dude, they had like the rules have changed so much. They had like real live in some of these, not Peep Show, I guess like studios in the thing. They had a Peep Show, but then in the back of it, it was like you could go watch like a movie theater of people fucking in front of you. I swear to God, dude. Like they weren't supposed to, but it was the 70s. You know what I mean? Or the early 80s. Like I swear to God, there's guys that talk about it. He goes, yeah, I was a porno star and I would do this for extra money on the side. And I would bang the girl. Like if people would watch it. It's kind of like a live, like what would that Pee Wee Herman guy went to go in Florida and see that shit, but it's live. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You know, they still got those. Over there, I want to suck his dick.
Yeah, I never been to one of those.
Dude, there's a lot of wild shit that we don't know about because it's just like,
yeah, there's some.
Think about the internet. Shit. It's all moved on to the internet now, where you're like,
right,
dude, you could go on the internet and Google anything, and you could go to a group and fucking, I don't know, whatever your fetish is or whatever the hell it is. You're like, you know.
Did you watch?
Look at Eugene. That motherfucker was like fetish Dominicans.
I'm moving there. I'm gonna live in the jungle. Yo, did you see the Hugh Hefner documentary on A&E by any chance?
Who?
The Hugh Hefner,
no, I haven't.
Playboy. Like there was
I
one
heard they're giving him shit that he was fucking a piece of shit. I think Vinny was telling me something.
Listen, you kind of hit the nail on the head, like with that, like when people do some crazy shit. Now that guy with all that fucking money and all the amount of women that was just going in and out of this place, they had one episode where one of the girls was saying he brought like a porn star to his fucking mansion up into his room. She's all fucked up, all cracked out, like on drugs and fucking alcohol. And she went up to the room, brought the porn star up there. And then next thing you know, she's seen a German Shepherd walk up to go up to the room. A German Shepherd. Like, so you know what the fuck happened. Apparently, I don't know what, I think she like gave the dog a fucking BJ up there. Fucking like, yes, you're some insane shit. And you see the videos
Barkley,
like,
watch out for Trader.
No, dude, Barkley I would never let Barkley out of the fucking Playboy matches shit. Like, even if, you know, but it's just like, you know, it's just fucking crazy, man. Like, cause we all seen the videos of like the fucking woman fucking the horse and shit like that. It's like, what the fuck, man? Are people that fucking insane?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That there's just way too many fucking nutty fucking people out there. I mean, that's hilarious. Like, you know, if you fucking like say like, you know, back in the day, I used to sell like porno tapes. I used to sell it to my friends. Like I used to fucking, and like, remember the cable boxes where you unscramble like the Playboy channel, like After Dark, whatever. So I used to throw like a VHS blank tape in my VCR and just hit the record button. But I leave my.
Was that your first hustle?
Yes, I didn't even need to get a job until I was like 18. I was doing this from like 15 to fucking 18. And I just, you know, I keep the TV off, but I hit the record button, right? So it would record the whole fucking like shows, whatever. And then I would give the tape out to like some friends or whatever, right? For like $5-10. But they were so scared to have that tape on them that they would give it back to me. So it was almost like I was rented out, like I was fucking Blockbuster or fucking porno, and everybody was fucking taking it. It was like, yeah, I got this fucking cable box.
How much did you charge these dudes? $1?
Dude, like $5-10. Some would give me the tapes back. Someone, you know, the horny fucking dudes would keep the tape. You know what I mean? Then I had to go to fucking Walgreens and buy a new fucking tape, start retaping shit again. It was a nice fucking little thing, man.
You got fucking problems, man. Dude, what the fuck is the matter with you selling porn? Where'd you get it on cable?
I was businessman. Remember I said it, the illegal cable box where you had to unscramble it?
Yeah,
The illegal cable box. So like I just throw the tape and record. Keep the
They
TV
had
off
some
so nobody
good-
knows, then you're good.
Oh, that show. What was that show that we used to love on the fucking Playboy channel, or was on the hardcore porn channel in Cablevision with Debbie or whatever? She'd invite everybody over the house, and it was
Debbie
like,
Does
oh,
Dallas?
not Debbie Does That. No, not that dumbass video from the 70s. Like, dude, it's not even that good. I saw it for a minute. I was like, what?
Yeah, wait.
Like,
The bushes were enormous. You couldn't even see anything in there.
yo, what was the movie with Zach, the brothers? Them Adam Devine, and he was like, and then the sister's friend came out. She's like, "Oh my god, your bush is so big. Cover up."
Yeah,
I
back
gotta
in
admit,
the 70s, it was nuts.
I gotta admit, I'm glad that they shave it and stuff. But I don't know why you feel like that way. Maybe I didn't like. I like maybe because it's not new anymore. Like I like a bush once in a while, but then I'm like, I'll shave it.
You know what it is? A bush.
But I'm feeling, when I'm feeling dirty, I'm like, go ahead, let it grow out, boo boo.
Yeah. Get that little afro puff going downstairs.
Oh, you can't see the shit when it puffs out. You're like, what the fuck?
You just gotta worry, like, especially where you go to get ass. Like, you gotta worry about, like, you go through the bush and it could be like a dick in there. It could be a tranny.
Yeah, all
You
right.
don't even fucking know, man.
Yeah, you
gotta
got
be
me
careful
once with
out
that
there,
joke.
bro.
You got me once with that joke with your boy. That was a good setup, you son of a bitch. When I came to the baseball games,
Yeah,
softball.
so people that don't know, like when MELERZO showed up to watch one of our softball games, which by the way we started last night. I introduced him to like a couple guys that he didn't know on the team.
Right.
And I told my boy Kev, I'm like, this dude MELERZO, he's into trannies. And Kev was like, oh
You
yeah.
asshole.
He's like, that's crazy. I'm like, I know, but he
his face like shook up like he believed. I was like, oh, you
he
did.
believed it. I let him believe it for like about 3 or 4 innings. And then I finally told him, I was like, nah, he don't really like trannies.
Yeah, you think so, you psycho fuck? You know what worries me is when like people like Hollywood, I know he's a cop, but then him and like Frankie know spots where they hang out. I'm like, why do you know this? Like, you know what I mean? He goes, that's
dude,
where they chill.
Yeah, I see him walking all along like in the south of our city where we live sometimes, like on my route. And you could tell by the way because they're fucking, most of them are like 8 feet tall. They're fucking ugly as shit. And they're wearing these fucking dresses. I'm like, and they have calves that are bigger than my fucking dumb Irish head. It's fucking, it's a scene, man. Let me tell you, these people are fucking nuts.
Yeah, it's
yeah. I know. You don't want to fucking go there.
I see
get
them
that.
too. Like I remember one day, I tell the story all the time. Me and Frank go down to the taco truck on South Broad, and there's a lot of them always across the street because the laundry mat's right there over there. So I guess everybody does. Trainees love to do laundry. I don't know why, but or maybe they're just outside of it. And there's one, and of course Frankie's fucked up in the head. He's gotta fucking fuck with it. You know what I mean? Like, so he's like, yeah, my friend, you like my friend. I'm like, shut the fuck up, Frank. Like, and then all of a sudden she's like, she lifts the dress, and dude, I'm not even joking. This fucking thing, she had no underwear on. This cock was like a horse's cock. Jesus. Like we were like, wow, like that. And he's like, Frank was like, yeah, that's a big dick.
I would have threw up right there on the spot. I just would have puked all over the fucking curb. I'm not gonna lie, dude. That shit would have fucking destroyed me. I can't see shit like that.
This might be wrong to say, but I don't care.
It's disturbing.
Like, it's just how I feel. Like, I don't like to be around them because they irk me out. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you be around them, get away.
Yeah,
keep your distance.
I could tolerate a lot of people, but that kind of, it's too fucking weird. Yeah, you like, because they're not all there mentally. For them to do that, they're not fucking right in the head. I'm telling you.
Dude, have you
ever met like a sophisticated CEO tranny? No.
Some, because they got some of them they got regular jobs.
They all work at McDonald's with the
one works, like I think Nick said this weeks ago. If I think she still works there. Dude, I remember when I went to a movie at Ridge Hill, she was the ticket girl and it went to training.
What happened?
The movie theater up in Ridge Hill.
Yeah.
She's like when you get your tickets, she was the ticket girl like there. And I was like, oh, this is a trainee. She's like, I am not. Like they always talk like that. You know what I mean? Like, and then when I worked in the city for a mortgage broker, they hired one because she was an assistant. She was like a receptionist. And they had to have a meeting. I remember this is years ago when it wasn't like that. But they were like, listen, I don't know if I think the boss was the best. I don't know if she's a girl or a guy, but nobody make a fucking joke at her. And I will say this. She was all right, or a guy, whatever. he was cool. He actually was kind of funny a little bit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he was all right. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he looked weird, but, you know, like fucking.
Of course.
But he dressed it normal. He always dressed in like a blouse or whatever, super like dressed up in the skirt. You know what I mean? Like, but he wasn't like, you know, like the ones you see. You know what the funny thing is? I think a lot of them that you see that like you're like, they're always like, they're always messed up. It's because they're on drugs.
Yeah,
a lot of them on drugs, dude. So it's kind of like, if you saw a regular person that's a crackhead, that kind of like, so that's why they come up and you're like, you know what I mean? You're like, what the fuck? Get away from my car. They're always like, yo, especially
get away from my car.
Yo, because you know in New York, yo, they come up, especially at gas stations, you're like, yo, I watched your fucking thing. Like, get the fuck away.
Get your fucking horse cock away from my fucking Buick.
They always want to wash your windows. Like, me, I can watch this shit myself.
Right, like, what the fuck? Get away from my car.
You gotta scream, and they always grab the squeegee from the place. Like, you know what I mean?
You can't even get your own squeegee?
And it's all dirty water, like, asshole. You're making my car dirty, you fuck.
Oh, my God.
Yo, excuse me. Do you got like a dollar? Like, I'll wash your car. I'm like, get the fuck away from me.
All right, we got to stop.
Listen, I might be messed up. I'm not all there right, but I don't care. I know, I at least say how everybody else feels. When you see them coming up, dude, Tommy was the best one time. We were in the Bronx at this McDonald's. Tommy doesn't even remember this shit. He goes, I said, dude, we were in the car, all of us, and we were on the line to the Van Cortlandt thing. And you know how that parking lot's huge from the go. This trainee was walking towards us, and it was like coming, but he could tell he was coming towards us because, of course, we're white. They're like, oh, he's got money. Like, you know, don't tell me that you guys don't do that. You know what I mean? Because you do. You see a white person on the line, you're like, oh, look, like fucking. So he comes walking up. Yo, Tommy gets out the car before he gets hit with it. He goes, you motherfucker, you're not going to get a dime. And he starts chasing. Yo, this dude stopped in his dead tracks and took off running. And Tommy chased him for like a half a block before he came walking back. And I'm like, yo, everybody else in the car was like, what the hell's the matter with you, dude? He goes, that's what you got to do to those things. That's what you got to do.
Today, that would be considered a hate crime. All right, we got to take a quick commercial break, and then we'll get off the whole tranny topics. We'll go into 420, the marijuana day. We'll be right back. Me and Melerzo.
You got the perfect name to be a trainee.
Right back on the Mix It Up podcast. No, I don't got the perfect name to be a trainee. We'll be right back. All right, we are back on the Mix It Up podcast. I am Mike. That is Melerzo filling in for Nick. He's away fighting alligators in Florida. Melerzo, today is 420. 420 is the holiday for stoners. It's pretty much every day for stoners. Really, is our holiday.
You get high.
Celebrate.
You eat your gummies.
So yeah, I mean, I had a gummy, but also took some NyQuil. So I'm starting to feel it.
Up.
You know what I'm saying? So I might get me really drowsy. I don't know what I'm really talking about right now, but yo, it's 420, man. Do you have any like weed stories and shit from like back in the day that you can remember? Like not just like, you know, 420 stories, but like any weed stories, I
never got into the 420 thing. I mean, it was just another day to smoke, but like
I have a story like back in the day. I don't want to say his name, but you'll get it when I refer to him. His name was, let's see, his name is Plywood. Okay. Miguel Plywood, we'll call him, right? So back in the day, me and Miguel Plywood, we were hanging out, and you know, our parents' houses are pretty much.
Is it a crime dog? Is it crime dog?
The crime boss. And our parents live pretty much 3 houses down from each other, whatever. So one night we were out drinking or whatever. It's around holiday, like Christmas time. And we were like, oh shit, there's like, you know, fucking blunt left in the, like pretty more than half a blunt left in the car. So we fucking smoked out or whatever. We're fucking chilling and like, all right, let's go back to my house and we'll fucking chill. So we were like, and this is, God, it's probably like fucking like we were teenagers, you know what I mean? So we had to be quiet when we're going into the house so not to wake up my parents. So I go in, sneak up, and I'm going up, and I'm halfway up the steps. And you know how my family is with their holiday decorations. And this is Christmas time, and the wind was blowing. It was crazy windy. And I'm like, where the fuck is fucking Miguel Plywood? I turned around, and Miguel Plywood was stuck in Garland from like like all wrapped around him. I don't know how he got tangled in garland from all fucking the decorations on the outside of my house.
Fucking moron.
So I'm fucking like, I couldn't control it. I'm fucking like, I started laughing. He escaped the garland. He come fucking upstairs. And then we're fucking dying laughing for about fucking 30 minutes, man. I was fucking in tears over that fucking shit, man. Weed is the best, man. We have like, we smoke weed with like good people, good friends. It makes everything like so much better, man.
But you guys got really into it. I remember like you fucking were doing the genie things. Like Half Baked was like a bad movie for you to come out because you guys got into it. Like I would just smoke. Like I would smoke, but you guys would get the fucking products. Like you'd go down to this village, you get the pipe things and all that. You were like crackheads with this shit, you know?
Yeah.
Fucking, but I remember one time we went on Hunter Mountain vacation and it was like a good amount of us. And I remember like, it was the year, New Year's 2000, because that's why we celebrated so hard. So we went out and obviously 24 hours. Like, we got up early that day. And I told them Hunter is a more of an afternoon to night party. So these dudes were up early drinking and fucking smoke and doing stuff. And I'm like, dude, we got a whole day, Dick. You know what I mean? Like, so then I got up and then like fucking, because I've been to Hunter before these dudes. And I was kind of like the guide one. So then we go out because they had the best place was HBI's, this place that was like quarter beers train. You would have loved it.
Like
it was
characters.
like a band. What?
Like characters back in the day.
Yeah, quarter beers, but they had a band. They played bands, and it was mad girls. You would have more fun in there than at night.
Quarter
What?
beers. Quarter beers.
Quarter beers. Like
That's
the mugs,
insane.
you can't beat that. You know?
No.
Like you would put money down and you were like, everyone put a 20. We're good for the night. You know what I mean? Like
it could be good for a week.
So we partied, then we come back, take showers, fucking dress to go out to nighttime. Right? Whatever. We partied all night, picked up girls. We all brought back to Diana, that girl Diana's cabin. So I remember we're sitting there. There was like 8 of us on this Gotti blunt. And a Gotti is like a big ass blunt. It's taking all the guts out, people that don't know, and putting all weed in a Philly, which is a humongous thing. And we stacked the living crap out of this thing. So we're smoking it. Literally me, Raven, and Jules were the only people, JJ, that were on it left. 5 other people passed the fuck out on this thing. And I remember we finished it. And I'm sitting there and like, we're just like fucked up. And I'm like this. And I look at them and I look at Ray and Jules. I said, this is year. It's the morning of 2000 New Year's Day. I goes, yeah. They were like, yeah. I like had a moment of speech. I was like, yo, motherfuckers, roll another fucking Gotti and let's smoke it. And do you guys want to get fucked up? Because I want to get fucked up. And he was like, and Ray and Jules looked at each other like clueless, like, what the fuck is this dude? Like, then Ray, nothing was said for like 10 seconds. And then Ray goes, yo, motherfucker, we've done mad drinks, mad drugs, and smoked a God. If you're not fucked up for like 24 hours, you ain't getting fucked up.
Right.
So I was like, and then, my dumbass said, I go, so does that mean you're going to roll another one? Like,
yeah,
we didn't roll another one, but
it's funny you brought up Ray Barry. Like, remember when Ray Barry lived at his house in in our
it was on fire,
and then when that fucking like caught on fire, like how do you?
He was like, I got nowhere to live, motherfuckers.
He had like 18 brothers and sisters. It was fucking insane, and like
he had a lot.
Yeah, it was a big family.
That was an Irish family that fucked.
I remember like he had that place in the front where his apartment or whatever. I remember one time he said he got.
I got a great story for that. But go ahead.
He said he got so fucked up, like he was in his room tripping on acid or whatever, and he was telling me he seen like a fucking like a carnival was going on in his fucking room. He said it was like a fucking merry-go-round, fucking horses. I'm like, what are you fucking insane? Like, what are you talking about?
He was crazy with that shit. He loved that room. I'll tell you a funny story with him.
You got stoned in that room.
Yeah, I got stoned. I actually got. I remember one time my parents were pissed at me. I lived with him for like 2 days because I got kicked out. Like they were mad at me for stupid shit. And like all I remember is waking up and this dude. Every single time I woke up, this dude was smoking weed. Every fucking time. I was like, God damn, dude. I think he smoked around the clock. But this is
remember.
funny because I would be going over Ray's house, and I love Ray. And I actually spoke to him recently. He called me for my birthday, the fucker.
Oh,
And,
nice.
You know what's crazy? Not to get into it, I'll tell you after off camera, like certain things. But so this is the funniest, and Ray still laughs about this because I brought this story up. I said, yo, one night I was like, yo, Ray's not answering his phone. So I'm like, I got a blunt. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna go over there and fucking hang out. Doors locked to his apartment, obviously. So I was always a kid that you could get me because maybe I used to do it with my own house. I go to the second level. Like I could always break into somebody's house. I could just do it. I knew how to do certain things to people's windows and screen things and stuff to get in. So I don't know. It's like it wasn't like something I just knew how to do. So he had a back door, but it went open. He had a back window, dude, by his TV. Yo, that was the one I found that had a crack that I could get an opening to. I go in it. His TV's blocking the thing, so I had to push the TV a little bit up front. I come in the thing. He's passed the fuck out on the bed. I'm sitting there, and all of a sudden I'm like, fuck it. I'm already over here. I'm just going to smoke the blunt and watch Seinfeld. I think, what did I watch? Friends or Seinfeld? I watched. Yeah, they were back to back at 11:30. Yeah. And I'm sitting there, and I think I watched already half an hour of the Friends, and I was midway through Seinfeld, and he woke up. Like, yo, he woke up like this. He came up off of his bed. He looked around like, what the fuck am I doing, man? Right? And then all of a sudden, he didn't say anything. He just went, get out. And I go, dude, what's the matter with you? He goes, how did you get in here? I'm like, dick, I broke in. Like, you know what I mean? Stop being so upset about this. I locked it up. It's good. He goes, you broke in my house. I was like, I didn't break in. I'm your friend. I didn't break in. I just wanted to smoke with you, but you wouldn't answer the door. And he goes, he goes, get the fuck out. I go, right. Let me watch the last 15 minutes of Seinfeld. This is a good episode. He goes, get out.
Yeah, he told me the story like that one time. He's like, yo, I fucking woke up and this motherfucker's sitting in my fucking living room watching TV and shit. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, that's him. Yeah, that's when we used to be friends and shit. Like, it was funny. He told me that story.
You know what? I talked to you about and both of you. And the funny thing is, I told Ray, I was like, yo, you need to give Trey a call. But like this dude, yo, I love Ray. I'm, you know what I mean? He always disappeared like this. He always did shit like that. Like, you know, every girlfriend he had. Now, I mean, he's always married with kids, and it's harder, but it's weird. I miss Ray. I'm sad that he went down to Atlanta, Georgia. I was like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, there's a few of them that disappeared. Mike Balake, they used to pack out cat food at my old supermarket that I used to work at.
You're an idiot. Why did you say the person's name? If they watch the show, they're like, who the fuck is that?
Balake. Yeah, but hey, you know,
but I understand why he did.
No, like, I
used to get on it. Not you.
No,
I get it.
I get it. Like, you know, if some people didn't turn their lives around, they'd be dead or fucking in jail.
Well,
you know what I mean?
Honestly, for Ray, I understand why he went the religion way, because for like when Ray was into something, he did it so wholehearted. Like, dude, when he was in with those dudes were out like doing, like, I'm like, yo, I even said to Ray, I'm like, why are you hanging out with these dudes? Like, dude, all they do, Jose and all these dudes are bad shit. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, I was like, listen, we grew up with dudes that Trey, that we were like, yo, these dudes are another level, bro. You know what I mean? And they were part of the crew, but like when it came to like those other things, like, dude, I ain't going to do this shit.
I know. I kept my distance away from certain people, and they like, I think it was like 60 plus kids that used to hang out, and it was like, all right, I like these 12 guys. The other ones,
there's certain full-fledged criminals that we know. Like, I tell people when I hang out. And I'm like, even Justice friends, when I hang out with them, like, I'm like, yo, dude, me and a few of my, like, the friends you saw, we were the ones that went to school. We were like this. We get into fights and stuff like that. But the criminal shit that I was like, dude, we grew up with guys that like, yo, bro, you want nothing to do with these dudes. These dudes are the worst things you'll ever see. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you still see them when they're out of jail or not. You know, like, oh, look, you got out again. You know what I mean? I'm like, shit. The court system is really good.
Some of these people, like, I'm like, I can't be a criminal like you guys. You see my white ass? I couldn't last 2 minutes in jail. Like, I
just didn't want to do those things. I thought it was wrong.
I think I told a couple of those fuckers, I was like, no, you know what? I'm good with the drive-bys today. I think I'll pass. and I'll just stay at the park and shoot hoops for a while.
Yo, the best was this kid Dennis when he pulled up one day. He robbed a car, and he said it was his car, but there was a screwdriver in the fucking ignition. We were like, "Is that your keys?" He goes, "All right, bro." Like, and we're like, "Nah, I'm good. I'm gonna just play basketball." Are you fucking nuts?
Normal.
Like, where are you going with this car anyway?
Normal people have like a Stop and Shop like card on their keychain, not a fucking screwdriver.
Yeah.
It's fucking.
So I just, you know what it is? Listen, fighting and like that stuff, I was like, all right, you know what I mean? That's different. But when you actually do some of these things like robbery and stuff like I don't want to do that shit to people. Like, that's fucking wrong. Like, you know what I mean? Like, why am I robbing this person? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't want to get robbed. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's, or other crimes that these dudes were doing. You know what I mean? Like,
right. They were
I had
criminals, boss.
it had to be for a cause. Even when we did fights, I would always argue with some of the guys, like Dave and them, like, timeout. Did you start this bullshit, or is it like, you know, these guys did something or whatever? Because I like some guys would like just start things and like just because they just wanted to have fun. They were like, "Yo, let's go jump this dude." Like, why? What did he do to us? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just stupid. Thank God those ages are good. Like, I love that crap's over. It's more relaxing.
I like the people that like played sports, played basketball, hung up there, but also hung out and went out. Like, you know,
yeah, you wanted to have fun.
Like Dom,
like
rest in peace, Dom. Like, you know, he fucking picked me up, took me to Seaside. We fucking smoked incredible amount of weed and shit like that fucking weekend, man. It was just, and Joe Zab coming to my house with him, picking me up, like knocking on the wrong house. Like, they were across the street on the poor fucking, you know, my friend Lavina.
Oh, yelling
her
at
house.
Was it?
Like, they were banging on their fucking window.
Were they yelling at the Indian? Were they yelling at the Indian family's house?
Yeah, the poor Lavina and her family, like, you know, like they're fucking banging on the window, like, trainer. Like, I'm thirsty. And then I'm like, what? I'm like looking out my fucking window. I'm like, you got the wrong house. I'm across the street, you idiots. It's fucking 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, let's go. And then we fucking took the trip down to Seaside, man. Whatever. That was fun.
What happened to you? What did you not have any money that weekend? What the hell happened to you?
Dude, I was so broke, man. So fucking broke.
For real?
Yeah, I was broke.
Why didn't you say that? Why didn't you just say that? Dude, we didn't notice till the second day. Remember me and Kev got you food because we were like, yo, bro, why do you keep eating ice cream with no, and you couldn't even afford sprinkles?
Nah, Boardwalk, that slice and a Coke was like $1. You get the little Coke, it was like a Dixie cup full of Coke. And that stupid slice, that's what I used to eat all the time. Like, all right, gotta go get dinner. Like, let me go walk to the boardwalk again.
I remember you just like you had like so many vanilla ice creams because they were like $1 for like a cone thing. And I think it was like the second or third day because we went down like a Thursday, right? Till Sunday.
That shit was
and I remember Saturday, me and Kev, I just remember this, that we started figuring out because everyone was drunk at the time and we were on the boardwalk and you got an ice cream and we were like, me and Kev were like, yo, why you keep getting that? And you were like, dude, I don't got any fucking money. Like, dude, I fucking paid for the fucking room. So I think Kev bought you a whatever sandwich you wanted. I was like, yo, bro, get something to eat. This is sad.
Yeah.
Like, like if you would have just told any of us, we would have gotten dinner every night. You know what I mean? Like, yo, eat this and just drink. For one thing, we all drank at, remember Nick and George's room? Because they had cases and cases of beer.
They had cases.
Remember how much beer they brought down?
Their trunk was fucking hitting the fucking bottom of the fucking road. They had so much good. Like, I'll be like, all right, it's time to go to the Greeks hotel, guys. So we go there, just get fucking loaded up and go out. I never paid for any beers.
Yo, we either did I. I was like, yo, I'm not gonna pay for anything. I'm just gonna go to the Greeks fucking place and like we all did. I mean, it was the bigger room and cooler.
Yeah.
I remember you fucking dicks. You were part of it. Because you were drunk. You killed my Tabuka. I won that fucking big ass ugly animal dig and you killed him.
I swear these kids made me do it, man.
Stabbed
peer pressure. It was fucking peer pressure.
Probably, but
yeah.
I know it was Dave and Ann. I know it was those pieces of shit.
They definitely did. I think Dave or Ann was like, one of them was like, yo, you know what I got in the trunk of Dave's car is a crowbar. You should go get it and stab Tabuka with it. I'm like,
I wanted to give it to my little niece, and you fucking stabbed it. Like that, I said, yo,
Tabuka. For people that don't know, Tabuka was this ugly ass stuffed animal that he won on fucking ring toss,
Huge.
whatever the fuck
It was human size.
How'd you win that thing?
That dumb game that we played drunk. I got lucky. That ring thing. You throw it on the fucking bottles. If one of the rings hits, you get this big prize.
That's right.
I threw it. I remember I wasn't even playing it. I think somebody else was who played it, Kev, and they gave me like 2 rings, and I threw the first one, and the fucker landed on it. Like, I got lucky. Great. And the guy was like, holy shit, you got it.
Like, yeah, he's like, that never happens.
Yeah. Like, if I did that shit sober, I would like be there all day. I was like, I just chucked it, and it bounced off and went on a beer bottle. And I think the guy said it too. He was like, holy shit. Like, nobody does that. And he, like, I guess where I hit it, he gives me the big monkey doll that looked like Tabuka. The funny thing is, my brother Ray was there the day of it. He stopped by, but then he was like, yo, fuck this. He goes, I'm going out to Belmont with Dom and all his friends. So he stopped by for like 10 minutes, my older brother. And I said, he probably thought I was a loser with his friends. He goes, yo, man, take this Tabuka. They're going to kill it tonight. I knew you guys would do it. And he goes, get the fuck out of here with a fucking stuffed doll. I don't give a shit. I'm not putting this thing in my car.
We were like 20 fucking something years old, and you
younger.
Back to the hotel.
Younger.
You walk back to the hotel with a stuffed animal. We're pretty much like, we're not kids. So of course we fuck that ugly ass thing up, you know?
You guys are assholes. I was gonna give that to my little niece.
Yeah, I still owe you that. Owe you something for that.
I got over it.
All right, but anyway, let's move on to our last.
I should have killed your Eli doll.
You could have, but we were also like.
Remember when I took it? You were like, you called me like a bitch.
It would have been pretty fucking crazy if you did that like 25 years later.
Because I know how much you loved it.
No, but imagine if it would have been payback. You'd be like, it would have been funny. 25 years later, it would have took you to pay back, and like, payback's a bitch, motherfucker. You cut Eli.
If I would have thought of that, man. You know who made me do it? Guess who was like came up with the idea to take your Eli doll? Who? You were in the bathroom, and Hollywood's like, "Yo, you should take that Eli doll, and we'll hold it for ransom, and then we'll send them messages." And then, Hollywood's so sick, he was like, cut a finger off and send it to him. Of this stuffed animal, send them piece by piece
with a piece of the stuffing coming out of it. Yeah, that was a bit.
When Hollywood said this, we all in the room was like, "What the fuck is the matter with you?"
Right. I'm like, that's.
We were all with him. We were all with him to take the doll. We're like, all right, and then he's like, "You know what? Even better." You know, like when somebody gets psycho even more, you go, "Yo."
I'm like, you're watching too much fucking Law and Order, homie. Like, that's some shit you see at the beginning of the fucking.
You know what's funny? Show. Then Hollywood's like this because I think you went to the bathroom, or you went downstairs, and it was like me, G, Holly, all of us. And it was like your room was packed with dudes, and Hollywood goes like this. He goes, all right, maybe that's a little crazy. How about this? We'll buy a replica, and then you steal that one, but we still have the one he has, but we still send him pieces of the replica one to him, thinking that we cut his eel.
Actually, like fucking like 30 years old, I'm getting fucking mail. Fucking.
How old were we? We were like, it had to be our late 20s or like. I'm not even joking. And for one thing, you having that Eli doll, like, yo, the best is I took it one night and I actually put it in your refrigerator. I didn't even have it. You called me up when you got out of the bathroom. You were like, bring it back.
Listen, I didn't buy it for myself. Fucking an ex-girlfriend of mine fucking bought it for me. So
bring Eli back. You were mad that I put it. Yo, that would have been funny. You wanted to go get a beer and you see frozen Eli. Like,
yeah, I'm like, why is Eli in my fucking refrigerator? But anyway, let's move on for this. We got one last topic before we go, Maher, so we'll make this real quick. We have the last topic is no more mask mandates on airplanes. They finally. Good. I mean, first off, this wasn't even like a law. Like it's not. It was illegal. Remember all the people that were like, this is not a law, it's unconstitutional, and people made fun of them to calling them Karens and shit on airplanes because they refused to wear the mask. They were right the whole fucking time. It was never a fucking law.
Well,
it was unconstitutional. It was never a policy for these fucking airliners. So
my nephew said that at Easter. He said the word Karen, and he's like joking around. And I'm like, don't talk like that. I don't want to hear you with political bullshit. He goes, what? We joke around in school. I'm like, this is how bad this stupid shit is. What's the other side? Is Brendan meaning the other way?
Brandon. I don't know.
Brandon?
Like, it's
what is the meaning of it?
Let's go, Brandon. I have no. I lost it.
I have no idea. It's so gay. It really is so gay.
It's just people fighting each other. That's all it is. People like to
People
fight
are
each
still
other.
wearing masks. Like I get older people getting nervous about it.
Of course,
so I
of
get that.
course.
But like, you know what's funny?
The young people wear masks. Are fucking, it's stupid. It's retarded. Like, why?
The
Especially
funny
when I
thing
see
is,
them in cars. Why are you wearing in cars by yourself?
but the funny thing is, like, when you text over the no mask thing today, like that's gonna be one of the topics. I laughed. I said, "Yo, I think I told Vinny on the phone. I go, Trader doesn't even fly anywhere. What is he upset?" I've never heard Trader go, "Yo, I'm flying out here." Like, oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, listen, the last flight I was on was like right before fucking COVID when we went to fucking Nashville for the NFL draft. Like, that was my last flight I was on. And then COVID hit and it kind of fucked up everything.
If I had to fly, I wouldn't fly. It's just because I have asthma and I'm not wearing the mask all the time. I can't wear that mask all the time.
Imagine you wear it for 6 hours. Imagine you wear it 6 hours from a flight here to Vegas. No fucking way, man.
Dude, I said it when it first came out like this, and I was on the job for like the thing, and they're like, "No, you like I'm in the truck, so I don't have to wear it." Because if they made me wear the whole thing the whole day, I'm like, "Yo, man, I have asthma. I can't really have that thing on my face the whole day. It hurts my breathing." Everyone's like, "It's supposed to help." No, it hurts my breathing.
It doesn't even do anything. It has no effect on like catching a virus. You can't catch it. I mean, if you wear a mask, it doesn't matter. It's not going to do anything. They
made COVID so dangerous and made everybody so worried. You thought the HIV was nothing.
Yo, for real. I'm like, oh, I only got HIV. Thank God.
God.
As long as I don't have fucking COVID. I mean, I got herpes. Thank God.
Dude, they had me believing in the beginning. And I have asthma and it's the weather. That I remember one night coming home and I was just like sleeping there and then my breathing was bad. I said, "Oh, fuck me. I got it. How did I get it?" Like, that's how nervous they had everybody. And I'm not saying because people got sick and whatever. And listen, we're going to find out 10 years from now what the fucking truth of all this shit is.
Yeah.
But like, I'm just tired of fucking hearing it. Like, you know, after a while, you're like, all right, shut the fuck up. Like, I can't believe we're still hearing Dr. Fauci. Like, you know, really, this guy? Like who? He goes, "It's going to come back this winter." Shut the fuck up. You made enough money on it, Fauci. Like,
for real. Right. He's the one that donated to the fucking lab in Wuhan and shit. That fucking apparently fucking spread the fucking virus to us. The lab in Wuhan. The actual where the coronavirus came from. You know, it came from a lab.
You sound like the nerd. Lambda.
People still think this fucking virus came from some Chinaman eating a fucking bat from a wet market. Are you fucking nuts? They created this shit in the lab.
One guy.
Stop it.
Well,
eating a bat.
Never fucking
nuts.
Never when they said AIDS came about, it was some guy in Africa that got fucked by a bamboo.
Yeah, from a monkey. A monkey fucked him in the ass, and then all of a sudden HIV came. Like, people believe that.
These are tales that you're like, what? This is some shit you hear on the street that you're like, "Yo, man, you heard what happened to Trainer?" Like, what? Get this. He goes to Africa. He gets fucked in the ass by a bamboo. Now he's got AIDS. What?
And now he's spreading all over the world. Every chick he fucking bangs, he's fucking giving HIV to everybody. And she's giving HIV to them.
Yo, the funny thing is that so many people believe this shit. And listen, even if it is true, so many people are going against Asians like, "You fuckers, you fucking did it." Like, you know what I mean? Like, dude, that is not the person that did it. You fucking it's like, you know what I mean? Like, they always go like that against people. Like, you know,
because people are nuts. They see somebody that looks like it. You know,
you love Asian women. Were you a little nervous to go out with some of them? Like,
hell no. I was like, let's go for it.
Were you like Derek from Zoolander? "Dad, I think I got the black long cord. I think I got COVID."
Because I wasn't a paranoid fucking asshole. Like, fucking these people get so paranoid from watching the news and the media. They made it like seems like it's so much worse than what it actually was.
You call up Ming Kun Khan, you're like, "I can't date you no more, you stupid bitch. You get me COVID."
Yeah, can you imagine they fucking calling fucking Connie Wang, whatever, you know what I mean? Like, you gave me fucking herpes, HIV, and worst of all, COVID. You bitch.
That would be so funny. Like, you're going to softball now, and fucking all of a sudden, like, one day you tell us we're all hanging out. I was like, "Yo, what happened to your girl? Like, Maria Chang." He goes, "Oh, I had to dump that bitch, dude."
Right.
You don't understand. I don't
Yeah,
know if I
everything.
got the COVID, but I was hanging out with her, and then the next day, all of a sudden, I got fucking a virus. You know that fucking chick, Asian chick, get me it.
Right. She was spitting on my dick, and that's how it fucking
Yeah.
started spreading.
That would be so fucking funny.
Imagine I was the one that fucking started it. I'll imagine like an Asian girl came from China. I hooked up with her, and I created the whole fucking coronavirus. I'm the guy that started it. That
would
would
be
suck.
hilarious.
That would suck, man. There's got to be a way to.
They would
find that
interview
out.
all your friends. We would be the worst friends to interview because, like they would interview us, and like everyone's like,
God
"Yeah, I
forbid.
can see Trainer doing it. He's got a fucking problem."
Right. He'd
You
be
know?
like, yeah, I kind of figured that.
Imagine they interviewed Frankie. Oh, forget it. I'd rather not interview him. They're like, Mike Trainer.
No, I don't need that shit to happen.
That would be so funny. Oh God, it deserves it for your Asian love.
Well,
This fucker, he loves Asian so much, he got the yellow fever.
yellow fever. Well, that's racist now, Melars. We can't say that anymore.
Is it?
I don't know. Like, I don't know what to. Anything you say is considered like fucking like racist nowadays. You can't say anything.
Talk then.
No, you
I'm
can't
just
say.
having fun.
You can't say shit anymore. No, I mean, that's like a real.
No, I
thing
hear it all
now.
the time. It's okay. Like I was talking to on this chat thing before I got on, and everyone saw this kid Manny and Vinny was started laughing. He's like, "What's the matter with you?" Vinny's like, "Dude," I'm like, "I'm just being honest. It's not like I didn't say it to these Muslims and these cynic Jews. I said I don't understand their religion. One, they don't like eating pork, so bake. I said to them like, "Yo, how do you not eat bacon? It's delicious." And then their hairstyles and the way they dress. I can't, dude. They don't clean their hair for months. Like that's just disgusting.
Yeah, they wear the curly fucking hair coming out of their like hats and shit. They wear suits when it's like fucking 105 degrees out.
Like what woman goes like that and says, "With that look, like even what's the? I don't know what religion they are. Probably Rastafarian, but like remember we were down in Miami. Yo, the blacks down there were laughing their ass off because of the dreadlocks, and I said, "Yo." I didn't know that's part of their religion. I said to them, I said, "Why do you guys all wear these dreadlocks, man? It's fucking hot as balls down here. And all you guys look like Edgerton James." Like, they're like, "What?"
James.
Yo. They start laughing. You know what's funny? I think people laugh at me because it's like shockingly like, yo, this white boy's racist, but in a funny way. I'm like, I'm not being racist, but like, I'm just bringing up the honest truth about, like, dude,
you
I
say
would
it
not have
logically.
my hair that long. And they say it's because of their religion. And I was like, I would change my religion. I ain't gonna lie. I'm glad I'm a Catholic.
You're not racist, wise. You just say logical shit, like common sense shit. But people,
it's hot.
Yeah, people like would take nowadays, especially now because they're so sensitive. They take everything the fucking wrong way, and everybody's a little bitch nowadays. They just like to fucking they like to cancel and bitch about.
These guys
shit.
they were cool. They actually found it funny because I was like, not trying to be like that. I'm just saying, don't you guys get hot? Like, dude, you've seen them. Their hair is long. It's like it's thick. It's like, damn, dude, it's 105 degrees down here in Miami. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you don't sweat your balls off with that shit. That's
believe.
like me and you, like, dude. Like, I usually cut my hair shorter for the summer than I do winter. You know what I mean? So that's like summertime. Imagine your hair fucking long. You'd be like, yo, you're gonna sweat ball. Yo, you're gonna look like ass.
I would melt. I'd be all fucking sweaty and dirty and disgusting. Yeah, people believe in crazy shit. Religions. I mean, if you really think about all religion, every religion is just man-made. Some man-made person or man made up a religion back in the day, and people just continue to believe it. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't say I'm an atheist. I think I'm spiritual, but I don't believe in all the hoopla that you gotta like when for us, like I know you're Catholic, I'm Catholic. Like people say like, oh, you can't eat meat on fucking Good Friday or some shit. I'm like, I'm eating fucking chicken parm. I don't give a shit, man. That all these man-made rules are so stupid. Yeah, I get trying to follow them, but they just seem so stupid and made up that I can't take it.
I did it this year. I actually did it this year, but like because trying to be healthy and like eat salads and stuff like that, and I just got Well, that wasn't healthy, but the pizza. But every single time we got a pie on Friday, like even with my nephew, like we got a regular pie. We were like, yeah, fuck it, just get a regular pie. That pizzeria that's up in Eastchester, that's the old Louie and Ernie's, like that's their family. I go travel and go get that pie because their pizza's unbelievable. Like, you know, on
Really?
yeah, you never had it?
Where is it in Eastchester?
It's right on the route. What is that route? Whatever it is. It's Cosmo and Johnny's. They're called.
Oh, I'm Road 22.
Yeah, that's Louie and Ernie's. That's the pizzeria that we went in the house. That's their family.
Oh, what's
They
the name
open
of
up
it?
their own. Yo, the pizza's exactly the same and everything. It's unbelievable.
Shout it out again. What's the name of the pizza place in case anybody's in Eastchester wants to go?
Cosmo and Johnny's. Great pizza. If anybody knows the big spot on Crosby, Louie and Ernie's pizzeria that's famous in New York in the Bronx, their family is that. And I go there. You'll see me too, because I go there sometimes just to get a pie sometimes, and it's unbelievably good.
Cosmo and Johnny's. All right, guys. Well, I think that's going to be a wrap up for the podcast.
Trainer's on NyQuil.
Went over I'm falling asleep.
He's gonna be all messed up. He's gonna suck his own dick tonight.
No, I'm not. Definitely not going to do that. But listen, that was some good topics. Malarsic, thanks for coming on. Nick, hopefully you get back soon from Florida.
Get
Hope
out
you
of
stay
jail,
safe
Nick.
from the alligators.
Get out of jail. Stop
Don't go to
jaywalking.
fucking jail. Follow us on the Mix It Up podcast wherever you listen to the podcast, Spotify, iTunes, YouTube. Like, subscribe, hit that smash button. Follow Malarsic wherever he's at. He's always on.
Streets.
He's always doing something in the streets. Follow him on the streets. And that's it, man. We'll see you next week. Malarsic, thanks again. Peace.
All right, talk to you guys later.